Have you ever heard someone say, wait just a minute? Sometimes a minute goes by, poof, just like that. And sometimes it drags on, right? When I was growing up, we had a minute timer on our stove. A minute timer is a small hourglass that when you boil an egg, you turn it, and in 1 minute, when all the sand or salt, whatever it was, goes down into the bottom of the glass, you know it was time for your soft-boiled egg to be done. I went searching for one of those minute timers for this weekend. Do you think I could find one? So I turned to cyberspace. There's an app for that. And it's set for a minute, okay? And I'm going to ask you in the course of this minute, when ours look like salt or sand, this one looks like little gold chopped up bling going down in here. But anyway, I'm going to ask you to think about the favorite foods, the most sumptuous foods you love to eat. Thanksgiving is coming. Just think in 1 minute all the sumptuous foods you like to eat. Ready, set, go. Great, time's up. I did this at home, and what I came up with in the minute was steak au poivre with a Chateauneuf de Pape wine, Maryland crab cakes, soft shell crabs, pasta with homemade pesto and a good bottle of Barolo wine, baked scallops with wine butter, mussels, Rockefeller, pate, country pate with a good sauterne, Rick's wild mushroom pizza with arugula on top, wheat crust, bananas Foster, blueberry pie, all within a minute. Anyone think of anything grand, more grand? Anything somebody want to share what they thought of, something fantastic? Yes, Catherine?
Ben and Gerry's Chunky Monkey ice cream.
Okay, great. If I had 1 more second, I would have wrote that down. I love that too. Thank you. Have you ever been hungry? I don't mean just a stomach pang or your stomach singing when you're in class or club bell. I mean really hungry, when you know you're not going to eat for a day or 2 or 3 or 4. During the course of that minute, while we were thinking of all the sumptuous foods that we love and enjoy, 14 to 20 people died from hunger or hunger-related illness. Jesus tells us in the gospel we need to feed the hungry, give drink to the thirsty, clothe the naked, welcome the stranger. The question is, when? When do we? Because we have to. St. Teresa of Avila, later known as Teresa of Jesus, in her own words, said she was a sister for 20 years before she had a conversion. Imagine, 20 years a nun before she had a conversion. And in that year she wrote this, which was 1582, Christ has no body on earth but yours, no hands but yours, no feet but yours. Yours are the eyes through which he is to look out. Yours are the feet with which he is to go about doing good. yours the hands with which he is to bless now. You are Christ's compassion to the world. Strong words. We are that. We sometimes do literally go feed the hungry at Loaves and Fishes or allied churches. We sometimes do work to clothe the naked by giving our closet clean out to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army. We sometimes do, but we have to be much more aware, because Jesus says, what you do to the least, you do to me. And you know, the hungry, the thirsty, the naked, the stranger, they're not just out there. They are in our classrooms, in our workplaces, even in our homes and in our offices. Can I share a modern version of the gospel? Sometimes I was a stranger, someone who did not necessarily agree with you, yet you tried to understand. You listened. You did not ignore me, nor did you automatically write my opinion off. I wasn't as considerate as I should have been, nor was I fun to be with, yet you were gentle when no one else was. I was naked, not from lack of clothing, but I lacked self-esteem, confidence, and I was afraid, and you supported me. I never felt the chill of your dismissal, even when we had a different point of view. You gave me the benefit of the doubt when all others stripped me of my reputation. I was sick, not bodily, but with worry and doubt. Yet, with patience and a cheerful manner, you lightened my burden because you shared it. I was ill, wounded by failure, by a terrible mistake. And your compassion, understanding, and support healed me. I was in the prison of loneliness, even if only for a brief time. And you noticed. You noticed and you spoke softly. You cared. You helped to fill my emptiness. I was in the prison of guilt, and your forgiveness healed me. I was thirsty not for water, but for a word of praise or affirmation or encouragement. And you spoke that word. It literally gave me new life. I needed a sympathetic ear. I knew you were stressed and had a million other things to do. Yet you took the time for me. You let me talk. You listened. You did not judge me or tell me how I should have done things. You respected me. I wasn't homeless and looking for a roof over my head, but my searching for affection and affirmation, was searching for affection and affirmation because I felt taken for granted and unappreciated. You reminded me that you gratefully received all I had selflessly given. In spite of my faults and failings, you saw the love with which I tried to do things, and you told me so. In the parable we heard, Jesus said that we have to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, give drink to the thirsty, be kind to the stranger, visit the imprisoned, those physically unable and those that are like we see them every day. Where is going to church on Sunday? Where is receiving the sacraments regularly? Where is praying all the time? My sisters and brothers, all those things are understood if we are disciples trying to live a life of holiness and recognize Jesus when he appears in our midst in all those who are suffering or in need. And the suffering or the need might be something we really need to look for, because many people won't wear it on their shirt sleeves. We are called to be Jesus.